times. It's going to match up to the declassified
course.
information. These people
Sierra
are
Nevada.
going to go down, and people are going to see this. Because remember...
Well, I arrived at my camp at noon. We got up there really fast, and I'm at the bathing spot. Right over there is where I bathe. It's warm as can be. This is the west end of Layton Lake, and as usual, there's nobody here. And I'll show you my camp when I get back there. I just wanted to get all the trail dust off me. We just did 12 miles, but it's just gorgeous here. Weather is fantastic. There's nobody here. I'm the only guy here. That's all that's left of Carl's structure. It broke. It broke from the weight of the snow or something. It wasn't broken by a person. That's natural break. You can see it. Must have been a lot of snow on top of this thing. Well, here we are. Back to my gorgeous camp, cooking dinner. I bought a new tent. I bought a 4-man Teton Mountain Sports or Teton Sports, and it is not a 4-person tent. You'd have to be very, very friendly to get 4 people in there, but would be very comfortable for 2. But I've got a super thick foam pad, things like 4 inches thick, so I'm gonna be sleeping like a god. Very well organized in there. Big load of water there. Another one over there. So when I got here today, this is what was left of my wood pile, which is pretty good. But interestingly, up the hill here, this way, there's a big snow patch that's melting, and it's draining water down here. And the water has not gotten into the fireplace. It's just like coming down this way, and there's like a little pool here in case you have a little fire. You can just get a cup of water and throw, and then it continues and it goes down that way, and goes down over that way. So it's pretty big. It's a pretty big snow patch. You know, probably 15 feet thick up there. I'll get some video of it, but it's melting rapidly. So I would estimate in another 3 or 4 days this is going to dry up. But yeah, I got fire going. And what I'm doing, all that wet wood over there in the center, right over there, I'm just going to pile it on there and dry it out. Yeah, if it burns, it burns. If it doesn't, it doesn't. That's the way it goes. There's no need for problems. No need. It's my camp. Very nice. Very, very nice. I like. It's an old fisherman's camp, but there's no fish here. But that's what they usually look like. That hasn't been used in a long, long time. Well, I'm heading up to Coal Lake, cross country. Haven't been this route before. It's kind of nice. There's still a good amount of snow up high, as you can see. Well, I'm sitting at North Beach at Coal Lake. I just took a swim and a bath right here. And there's no one here at all. Well, I'm heading up this beautiful cross-country draw up over to Red Can Lake from Layton Lake. I always like this. It's really nice. Very nice vista. I'm headed down cross-country down this way through all this crap. Should be nice. There's a lot of birds around my camp, a whole bunch of them, different colors, beautiful birds. Some yellow ones, some blue ones, just rich with bird life. I just took a 4-mile hike, a loop up to, I did the East Red Can Loop, and it's hotter than hell. I mean, I had to rest. I mean, it was, I was taking frequent rests. My heart was like doing weird shit. It's probably 90 in the sun. It's Carl's Lake down there. And I'm gonna climb down this little thing I'm on here. Right here, and go down to that flat area and walk down that way to my camp. Just to the right of that tree is a massive Bigfoot. Actually, it's a piece of granite that looks like a Bigfoot with his arms down its side, and he's like leaning up against the rock, looking up at the top of the hill at something. Pretty cool. I never saw that before because I haven't really walked this way. That is amazing. I'm zoomed in as much as I can, but you get perspective of it. You have to be careful.
8:30. This is always the spooky period. I don't mind pitch dark. I kind of like it. It just gets kind of moody and weird. You hear things. And I'm going to tell you, I walked over this entire area. I'm the only person out here. It's a big area. You can see that on my drone shot from where I sit next to the fire and I pull back to show the area that I'm in. There's nobody here. I kind of like it, but it is a little spooky. You start to go a little nuts after a while too. And I'm going to be out here 9 more days. Woo!
An interesting dilemma or potential dilemma has popped up here. I'll show you. These are Saliwa, made in Vietnam. Anyway, I want you to get the detail here. The sole is delaminating. Ooh. So my plan is, if it goes any further than this point right here, right where this thing goes down like that, then it's gonna be flopping and it'll be unusable. So thank God I got a pair of old track sneakers. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna ride those out as long as they go. And if they fall apart and I don't have any shoes, I'll satellite text the pack station and say, time to go. Anyway, I'm just taking a beautiful day hike here. When there's no wind noise, sounds of wildlife or insects or air traffic, the silence out here is absolutely beyond description. I've always loved this vista. Never get tired of it. Red Can Lake. And I'm going to go cross country and beat the stuff and just go right down this way. And then catch the trail down there. Well, I got some paracord, and this is pretty beefy stuff. So this is my fix. And I just walked around like I normally do on granite and, you know, for about 10 minutes, you know, climbing up stuff. And I think this will do it. I think this will, I got plenty of it too. So if it wears out in a day or two of hiking, I've got lots more where that came from. So I'm sure I got enough. If this lasts a day and there's no further delamination of the heel down here, like this part, this is what I'm worried about. Once it gets up to here, it's going to be pretty much done. This is still laminated. This is gone. So this is my emergency stopgap measure to keep myself up here and hiking every day, because I don't want to wear these things here. I probably could. These aren't bad, you know, but I'm worried about the uppers tearing because of all the, you know, this is rugged shit. It's all that granite stuff, and it's murder on fabric shoes. But I'll try that too. I'm not getting out of here until I have to. So hopefully that'll work just fine tomorrow. That'll be the big test. Wish me luck. This is my wood pile. Or wood piles. Well, that patch of snow is about 6 feet by 4 feet and about a foot thick. I'd say in a day or two it'll be completely gone. But what's cool about this fireplace, you can see the water right there. It's coming around the side. When I get up, you know, I burn a fire for about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours. The embers are put out by the water. So when I get it's out in, you know, within minutes after I go to bed. So I don't have to douse it. It gets doused by the water that's coming down from the snow. That is so fucking cool. Okay, that's a plastic placemat, right? You know, use the old plastic placemats. And what I use this for, I use it to cut garlic, because I like to, and you know, I bring stuff, vegetables and things to cut. But it also has a really marvelous other function. It's a fan for the fire, and I'll demonstrate it. You can get any fire going with this thing. Okay, this thing's about to die and I'm about to go to bed, but it's a dual purpose device. And I've been using these for years, and they're really wonderful things to bring along. So there you go. Well, I had one battery that indicated 25%, and the critical battery warning comes on at 21%. I figured I had enough battery to get up to the top of that knob and do some, you know, panoramas and then fly right back down. Well, as it turned out, critical battery warning came on, and it initiated an emergency landing. It just started going down, and it went down way up there, and I'm going, oh shit. It hit the side of something and slid down 10, 15 feet and smashed against the rocks. Well, I get up there, and it's in a tiny little flat area, like not even as big as this one here, like just a little corner, like right there where that dirt is, about that big, and it landed there. I mean, I couldn't believe it. Not even a blade was cracked. You know, you know, you can replace the blades easy. A miracle. It's all on video. You'll see the video next.
have to kill again. I don't want to kill, but I must kill again.
Got him. This is the outlet from Layton Lake, and it has these beautiful pools here. I just bathed in that one right there. It was warm as can be, and it kind of just empties into this little outlet pond, beautiful pond, and at the other side, way over there, is a kind of a steep drop-off on the ridge, and there's a creek there that just goes down 5 acre lake. But it's this beautiful, beautiful kind of amphitheater here. It's just so pleasant. I mean, it's hot, but as soon as you get in the trees, you cool off. This is why I come up here, to see shit like this. This is the outlet from Carl and Layton going down the canyon right here. See it goes out. I'm just going to walk across here and continue around the other side of this glade and check it out. It is really beautiful. I'm walking around Layton Lake. I never walked it from in this direction, heading west. I've done it this side, heading the other direction, that direction, but east. But I've never done it this way. So I'm almost at the end of the lake, which is right over there. And I'm gonna walk along this lake as far as I can. There's some places where you get stymied, but I'm gonna try it. I've always cut over where the forest is, and that's a pain in the ass. It's really mosquito-y. So I'm gonna try to stay on the lake all the way to my camp. Down there. All right, western end of Layton Lake in all its glory. It's a pretty lake, actually. It's actually an artificial lake, but it sure looks nice. These amphitheaters are like giant granite Fresnel lens. All these things reflect on you. It's about 95 where I'm standing. I was walking around the lake looking for the white granite cross we found last year just before we left. I found it, but you know what they did? Somebody took the crossbeam and picked it up and broke it in half over the long beam. So I put the crossbeam back together again. This thing's heavy. And I put the cross back together again. I think it looks actually better than it did before. This is the biggest boulder in the entire area. Pretty cool.
I'd like to roam human for like a Sasquatch, maybe 10 days or 15. I sneak out every now and then. I went to my cabins one night on Vancouver Island, and I just needed to get out of the city, so I drove up there. I was working on a yacht. A friend was finishing work and that, staying on the yacht. And one night, evening after work, I jumped in the vehicle and I went up to the cabins.
Well, it's 10 o'clock, and I'm sitting by the fire, another little sip of brandy, and listening to Coast to Coast.
Wow, that's kind of nice. I like that. I'm heading up here.
Yep, this is what it's come to. Fine with me.
Well, I'm sitting by the fire listening to cryptid and UAP podcasts. Last night about 2:45, I heard a really loud crack that woke me up. And, I was a little alarmed. I couldn't figure, it wasn't a wood knock or anything like that, so I immediately surmised that it was probably a large tree branch falling, but there was no wind. It was dead calm. It was a little disconcerting. Needless to say, I grabbed my .357 Magnum revolver out of my backpack and placed it right next to my head. Nothing happened after that, so anyway, it's always prudent to be safe rather than sorry.
I don't think so. I don't think it's not organizing. It doesn't have enough energy. They're not coalescing into one. Forecast is for severe thunderstorms, but I don't think we're gonna get them around here. Although I don't mind. I kind of like it. Keeps things interesting. Something wicked this way comes. I think it's going to miss us, but if it hits us, it's already booming like crazy, and it seems to be moving in this direction. So this could be interesting. It'll be fun. I think it's coming in. It's circling. It's building all around me. So this is going to be fun. I might get out in it, try to get some nice pics. It's all around me. This is really cool. It's not raining hard. It's refreshing, actually. I'm not going in that fucking tent until I have to. I hate tents. I like sleeping outside, but you can't do that up here. It gets miserable if you get caught. Well, I was able to cook dinner, and I'm sitting under these really thick trees. Ooh. But I'm just getting a few little drops on me here, so I'm just waiting for my freeze-dried dinner to cook up another 15 minutes or so, and I'm just going to sit under this tree and watch the rain. This is pretty cool. God, I love that sound. That's so cool, man. Whoa! It's raining like hell. Boy, am I glad I brought this big ass fucking tent. Jesus Christ. It's been like this for an hour. Thunder, lightning, unbelievable. It's one of the nastiest storms I've been in up here in years. I've been in worse, but this is the worst in at least 10 or 15 years. Listen to that. Crazy. I'm snug as a bug in the rug. I got my liquor, I got my weed, I got my tobacco, and I got my podcast. Hot damn.
There was about a half a gallon of rainwater in my wood sled, which I used, of course. But it looks as though it's moving. The winds have shifted. They're coming in from the north, and supposedly we're in for another spell of hot weather. The clouds are just breaking up and moving out. Birds are out. There was a dragonfly that was on my tent, and it looked like he was dead. And I picked him up, and he moved. And so, he was like in a state of torpor or something. And so I breathed on him for about a minute or two, and he started coming around, and he finally flew off, which was really cool. That was very gratifying. I'm going to wait a little while, make sure I don't get a false sense of security here before I go on my day hike. I'm going to batten everything down before I leave. But I think it's over. But it was 12 hours of 50-mile-an-hour gusts. I thought I was going to lose the rainfly at one point, but it held up just fine. And I've never used a tent like this before. I've always been really stoic, sleeping out under the stars and just taking a little tarp with me if I needed it. And I'm so glad that I brought this tent, because I was snug as a bug in a rug throughout the entire night, and it just was torrential. Unbelievable. Well, it looks like they're breaking up. We're supposed to have a heat wave starting Monday. And it's supposed to last up to the end of the week. But that was quite something. It was one of the top 3 worst storms I've ever been in last night. It was 12 hours of hell. That split tree right there was probably hit by lightning. What's amazing is that it's still growing. If you look at the base, that's part of the tree. Talk about tenacious, huh? All right. There's no one over there, which is Red Can. There's no one down here at Layton. And then there's no one up there over that ridge at Cole. And then there's no one over here, just right where that depression is, or flat part next to that peak. That's Coyote Lake. And then there's no one down here at Carl's Lake. So the closest people are way over that way at Pingree, or over that way at Wood Lake. So I have this whole area to myself. It's just magnificent. It's so freaking cool. And it's rare, very rare to be able to do that nowadays. So I feel really, really lucky to be here. I'm going a little bit nuts being alone for 13 days, but you know, what do you expect? Yeah, man. That one's really mushrooming up. It's definitely going to pop. That's a long ways off, though. Long ways off. That one is just ballooning. This is the east end of Layton. And both of these lakes have lots of really cool little islands you can easily swim out to. I've done it. I've gone out to a few of these. You know, it's just fun to hang out on a little island. But actually, Carl's got the best one. Carl's got an island. If you had a nice little inflatable raft, you could camp out on that thing easily. It would be insane. That's the ultimate island right there. Really easy to get to. Just a real narrow little thing of water. Probably 20 feet. And it's big. One of these days I'm going to do that, God willing, if I make it up here again. Well, after being blasted for 2 days with some of the most severe thunderstorms I've ever experienced up here, you should see what's coming in from the bad place, the northeast, northwest. They always come in from that direction. And I'll walk up here, and I'm counting it's about 5 miles away. So I figure within half an hour, maybe 20 minutes, it's going to be right on top of us. Yeah, it's going to be nasty. Ooh. I hope it's the kind that clear up by about 8 o'clock, and then 9 o'clock, it's just absolutely clear sky. That's usually what happens. But we've had it for 2 days straight. And this just might be the regime for the rest of the week. Well, I was gonna go climb up on the top of this ridge and take some pictures, but I just saw a flash and heard some thunder, so I don't think I'm gonna be doing that. Too bad. It would have been spectacular. It's dripping a little bit here, but it's not really raining hard. I can see where it's raining. It's miles away. We're on like the fringes of it. Damn it. I was hoping I'd get my firewood dry today. Oh, you saw that. The weather is doing what it usually does around here, the unexpected. About a half an hour ago, 45 minutes, we had some thunder and lightning and some rain. I waited around a half an hour in the tent, and then it cleared up, and it was kind of puffy clouds and real nice, and then this son of a bitch starts coming in from the southeast, and it's headed this way. So it's only a matter of time before it gets here. This is the weather observation perch. My camp is right down there. I come up here and I look at the sky and I kind of figure out when the next big storm's going to hit. And this one's going to hit. It's organizing. It's a big one. It's up on the crest, and they move from southeast to north-northeast, south-southeast in a line, and then they get pushed out over the Central Valley when they shot their wad. So this is a good spot to monitor the situation. When I'm not out hiking, which is a good part of the day, I come up here to get out of the claustrophobia of being under the trees. And it's just a short walk up the hill here. And I've got this cool little hangout flat, and it's got sand, so I can ground myself on the sand. I take my socks off and scrunch my feet in and do all these exercises to get the bottom of your feet stimulated. It feels really good after a hike. So I come up here. This is my little airy. Well, tomorrow is my last day here. 14 days. Wow. When you hear them talk about a line of thunderstorms, that's a perfect example right there. Those cumulus kind of starting to build into cumulonimbus. They're all in a line, and they're going from roughly southeast to northwest. Going to have a fire for the first time in 4 nights, as I've been tent ridden by horrendous thunderstorms, but really fun. And this probably will be the last time I ever visit this place. I've had 3 really wonderful years camping here, and I have to set my sights on new areas accessible by horsepacking because I'm into this non-minimalist kind of luxury style remote wilderness camping. Those dark clouds framed against that little bit of white cloud in the background look like a gigantic mountain range. God, that would be the highest mountain range in the world without a doubt if they were real. But it's very interesting. It's funny how they really do take on the appearance of a mountain range. I can zoom in a little more, and now you can really see it even better. Damn. It's my last and 14th afternoon up here at this beautiful perch above my camp. I just love this spot. You want to get away from the claustrophobia of the forest, this is the place to do it right here, man. And there's the old sentinel tree. And the boomers in the back circling around, hovering to destroy us later. Raindrops are falling, swooping in on us. Us, me. I keep saying us. It just makes me feel less lonely. Well, it's jumping over in Nevada on the other side of the crest. Well, that's probably right on the crest. Yeah, it's probably about 10 miles from here. It'll eventually be heading this way, or something down that way will come up and whack us. It's been that way for the last 5 days. I'm used to it. I kind of like it. It's beautiful. That's beautiful Carl's Lake right there. And then there's lovely Layton Lake. The sisters, they're twins. They're separated by a 200-foot wide isthmus right down there. And that gets me right up there over to Red Can Lake, which is also a gorgeous lake. Oh boy. It's been a nice 14 days, folks, I gotta say, man. It's just amazing to be out here all by yourself for 14 days. All right, we had about an hour and a half of not heavy rain, but, you know, rain, drizzly rain. A little bit of thunder and lightning, and the storm is moving off to the west. And I have just built my last fire of this 2-week trip using some of this massive wood supply that I've gathered over the last 3 years. A good amount of it's going to be burned tonight. And it's a great way to end the trip. Truly great way. I'm going to miss this place. I don't know if I'll ever see it again. I'm getting kind of sentimental, but thank you, God, for making places like this. It's raining. Not hard, but it's raining. But I made a vow, this is my last night here, that I would have a fire come hell or high water. And I'm going to sit here in the rain and keep piling wood on this sucker until the rain either puts it out or the rain goes away. Magnificent trip. I love this place. All right, I'm just waiting for Bob or Clayton to come up with the horses. And that is everything that I brought with me right there. And there's the old wood sled. Yeah, it's clear now. That's good. So I won't be riding out in the rain, which is not bad. I don't mind that. It's kind of cool. But he'll be here in a couple hours. I just wanted to get everything done. I had a lot of work to do. Anyway, that's that entire group of items weighs 150 pounds roughly. So that's my anti-minimalist camping style. So Clayton just got here. He got here early because they were camped over near Cow Meadow, so he didn't have to come up from the trailhead, which is great. And I just finished packing, so the timing is perfect. And there's Jasmine. Hey, sweetie. Yeah, you good old horse. So we're on our way out of here.